Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you how to use a beauty blender, and for that I'm going to be using the newly launched Tsara Cosmetics beauty blender. I'll be telling you a few features of this sponge. By the way, it's called Gen G beauty blender, and post that I'll be showing you how to use it. Tsara Cosmetics' main focus is to make sustainable and environmental friendly products. So all the products they make are reusable, recyclable and biodegradable. So first of all, the sponge comes in this mesh bag right here. It's a really cute bag. It's made of cotton, and these bags are eco-friendly and you can easily wash them as well. So you can just store it inside so that it gets air, and also so that the bacteria doesn't get accumulated. And this is how the sponge looks like. They have this Tsara indentation on it, really like that. And this is biodegradable as well. It's made of corn, water and natural preservatives, and they have used natural pigments for this color, and they have mentioned that it degrades in about 180 days. And the materials they have used to make this blender, they are skin friendly, so that you feel very comfortable. And by the way, this is extremely soft. This is the softest sponge I've used, trust me. I've not used a lot of sponges, but among the sponges I've tried, this is the softest one. And it has this perfect shape which you can use for your different purposes. Like this can be used for your contour, this can be used for under eyes. I'll be showing it in the demo. Also, this is less porous, so it does not absorb a lot of product, so that you get maximum coverage. And of course, this is cruelty free as well. So there are no rules as such, okay? You can use it however you like. You can use it for whatever product you find comfortable, okay? There's no particular rules. You can use it for your foundation, concealer, powder, lotions, face creams, primers, highlighters, liquid highlighters, stroke creams. There's literally no rule like that. You can make it work for almost everything. That's why a beauty sponge is really versatile, because it can be used to blend everything. I personally like to use it for my foundation, concealer and powder. So before using it for your foundation, concealer or powder, you're supposed to dampen it up, okay? And to dampen it up, squeeze out all the excess water so that it's perfectly damp. So when you dampen it up, the sponge doubles in size, okay? Because there's water inside. We do this because if you use the sponge dry, it will absorb more product, but if you use the sponge damp, then it just won't have any space to absorb any more product. So it doesn't absorb a lot of product when you use it damp. And we don't use it extremely wet also, because then it's not going to absorb anything at all and it's just going to be a watery mess on your face. So make sure it's damp. And how the beauty blender works is, you don't swipe it across. You gently tap it on your skin, and when you gently tap it, the product which you are applying gets deposited evenly on your skin, and the sponge absorbs any excess product if you have, so that it doesn't look cakey, because it does absorb a little bit, that extra layer, so that your skin and foundation becomes one. So without a further blabbering, I'll just show you the demo of this. So for my foundation, I first like to dot it all over my face or wherever I'm applying it, and then I like to use this flat side and then dab it. You can also use this side, whatever you prefer. So it has all these angles you can play with and use whatever is more convenient for you. For me personally, this bigger size is convenient for me. So I would just take it, and you're supposed to press it and pounce the beauty blender on your face, okay? You're not supposed to swipe it, because that will take away the product, but you're depositing it. So you're supposed to dab, dab, and keep dabbing it. You can do it a little faster like this. You can also take the product directly on this and then apply. I personally like to dot it first. One of the advantages of using a beauty sponge is that you can layer your foundation easily. If you were to use a brush and then if you just layer your foundation, it can look cakey. But with a beauty blender, you apply it slowly, layer by layer, and then the layer doesn't look too cakey. I usually end up using my brush if I'm feeling lazy, but if I really want my makeup to look flawless and stay for a long time, then I prefer beauty blender. And it feels extremely soft on the skin. This is very satisfying to use. Can you see the finish? Looks flawless. Again, you can use it for your concealer as well. While blending it under my eyes, I like to use this pointy edge so that it fits here properly. If I were to use this fat side, then it wouldn't fit there properly. So if you want that precision, like this angle, can you see? This fits exactly in this corner, and you can easily blend it out. And while applying the concealer under my eyes, I like to keep the pressure very little. I don't press it very hard because I want the most coverage under my eyes, and if I press it very hard then it takes away little bit coverage. So if you want more coverage to be there, like for example you're trying to cover any spots up, on that place just bounce it very lightly, don't apply too much pressure. Whenever I'm trying to cover something up, then I like to go in with as little pressure as possible. I blend multiple times so that it doesn't look cakey, but the pressure I keep very minimal. Whatever's left on the blender, I also like to apply it on my eyelids. Whatever's left on it, you can also apply on your lips. A lot of people like to do this to neutralize your lips, like if your lips are too pigmented or too red and you want the lipstick color to show properly, then you can do this. So whenever I want my makeup to look flawless, especially for special events, weddings and stuff, I think Beauty Blender is perfect for that. You can also highlight your under eyes like this using a lighter shade of concealer and lightly bounce again. It is giving me flawless finish, okay, like it's not looking cakey. I will also highlight my forehead a little bit. By the way, you can also blend your cream blushes, cream contours, anything you want with the Beauty Blender. So I'll be using this Tsara Cosmetics lip color. This is a lip and cheek color, both 2-in-1. You can also use it on your eyelids. Love the formula of this one. I have a separate review and swatches video of this, so if you're interested you can watch that video. You can directly apply it on your skin and then blend it out, or apply on your hands a little bit and then pick it up and then blend it out. The second way is a little bit more on the safer side, but I like to play dangerously, so to directly apply. These colors blend so seamlessly. I'll be applying more of it, little bit on my nose. And if you have dry skin, I would highly recommend to use a beauty sponge because when you use a brush, it can irritate your skin sometimes and your skin might flake up even more. This is for extremely dry skin people. So if you have that issue, a beauty sponge is better for your skin and it will give you a better finish. Whatever's left, I'm also applying it on my eyelids so that it gets a hint of pink. Also applying a little bit on my chin, whatever's left. Now time for powder. Before applying the powder, I always like to make sure there are no creases of the concealer. So I like to lightly dab it first. Look up and dab it so that the surface is flat and you're taking away all the creases if they are there. Once I'm done with that, I like to take some powder and lightly press it and keep pressing it till it disappears. That's my favorite way of applying powder, and I enjoy applying powder using a sponge more than a brush because it lasts much longer for me and it doesn't crease. It just gives the most flawless finish ever, especially if you have dry skin and if you have a dry under eye problem and if it creases really fast for you. Try this technique. Use a beauty blender, a damp beauty blender to apply powder. I dab it till the powder disappears. By the way, whenever you're applying powder with a beauty blender, please make sure you have removed all the excess water. Do not use a wet beauty blender for powder because it gets mixed with powder and it looks patchy afterwards. So please remove all the excess water, especially for powder. Foundation, you can still get away with it. For powder, please make sure there's no excess water. Now if you want to emphasize your contour, you can take this side and you can cut it like so. You can also take a highlighting powder, like a light shade of powder, and apply like this in case you're into that. This shape really works better for that. Also here you can just cut it and you can fill this in case you're into that. I always remember Jaclyn Hill whenever I do this. And by the way, if you like to powder your entire face, you can similarly do that. Like take a little bit of powder and then press it so that you get the most flawless finish without making it look cakey. So now you can either dust it off or you can simply wipe it with a beauty blender by just dabbing it. Can you see the finish looks so flawless? And after each use, please wash your beauty blender. You can clean it with a soap or hand wash or a brush cleaner or a beauty sponge cleaner, anything which you have, because if you don't wash it, if you just keep the blender with all the foundation stuck inside, it's gonna create this nice environment for bacteria to grow in. So please keep your sponge clean at all times if possible. If you're like really busy and you wear makeup every single day, then it's fine to do it, you know, once in 2 days or something like that. But if possible, always keep it clean just to avoid any skin issues. And also, if you feel your sponge is tearing up and if you have used it a lot of times, then it's time to use a new one, okay? Don't use a sponge for years, okay? Because it's not hygienic. Keep replacing your sponges regularly, and how often you replace depends on your usage, like how much you use. If you want to see how I clean my sponge, I have a separate video on Beauty Blender 101. I've explained everything you need to know about beauty sponges. You can watch that video. I'll leave it above. I made that video like couple of years back, so the setup is old, but still you can watch it. I've also shown a demo of how to clean a sponge in that video. Anyway, that was it for this video. Thank you so much Tsara Cosmetics for sponsoring this video. I have used their lip colors too, and they are also amazing quality, and this sponge also has exceeded my expectations. If you're looking for any beauty sponge or beauty blender, I would highly recommend this one. It's so soft and squishy. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every Saturday. Please let me know in the comments down below if you liked this video, and also you can leave down any more questions you have about this sponge and I'll get back to you. And today's comment shout out goes to Shweta Khaire. Thank you so much for your comment, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.